Welcome back. Here we are on map number 2, Mirage. So we just got word that we're getting into the knife rounds. We thought we'd pop back and say some words about the previous map and get on into it. I think I have 2 words for the last game that I think are going to be big for NXG. Pistol rounds. They're good at them. If they can convert more rounds off of the pistol rounds, I mean, we saw them shooting hard, so...
Yeah, I think they were really well at breaking the economies of the enemy team there, but you need, I don't know, it's hard to say, but like you just need to stay alive a little bit more in few rounds. If you keep leaving it down to like 1v1s or 2vx's, then it gets a little hard to at least have a little back foot to have yourself on, because as great as winning 5 rounds in a row is, if you lose 1 round and you're immediately on Glocks again, then it's a little bit of a difficult place to be in. But it's looking like NXG starting off on the T side, a little bit more success to be had there towards the end of Nuke on this particular side. So we have Trick here jumping into the apartments, spots the stack coming in, and so they decided to accelerate. CGB finding the first kill of this map now.
I mean, again, the pistol round looking very good for NXG. Glocks 3 USPs, it's all fine to me. 4 versus 2, and they have already made their home on the B-bomb site. So now Enzo and Bui looking to retake this, but there's just not any option. 4-shot inside of Kitchen, gonna delete Enzo, and it's just Habui now. 1 versus 4 on the USP. Not impossible, but flash. Very unlikely.
We've seen a 1v4 happen, I think, last game.
We did. We saw Habui do it, but that was with the A1, not the pistol, but instead we got Pinhead Larry taking the knife to him. So
I mean, I feel like that's always the cherry on top when you finish the round. It's most 9 times out of 10 it's the pistol, but when you finish the round with the knife, that's always just like, wow, beautiful.
Yeah, that's going to be ringing in the ears of RedactedSociety for a few rounds, I think. Again, we see follow-up round, upgraded pistols, 4 count of deagles, which on Mirage is quite scary when you've got all these long angles that you have to peek into, and 4-shot might be realizing that just about now, but does dodge the first shot. Everyone going to back it off and play it cool.
I don't know why that was funny to me, but I think that's how you get... That's actually somewhat a smart idea. If you get 2 bullets of a deagle to land together, it might be able to kill. I'm not sure. It's weird. The deagle's weird where it can somehow 2-tap, but most of the time doesn't. But that's still interesting to see. I like that idea.
I've seen it a lot with the scout and the deagle as well. Like, if either one connects, then the other one will finish the person off. But at that point, you can also do like scout and 5-7 on the CT side. That'll still work. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I enjoyed to see. I mean, obviously we saw the best case scenario in the Benny scout ace, but I do like to see the scout buy in rounds like this, because I mean, you get a tag or 2 or 3 off, and that makes it so much more doable for these pistols.
Well, NXG trying to get something started from ramp. They do manage to chew through 2, but inside of Palace, Habui going to react to this, and well, they'll know where that's coming from. So this 3 versus 4 is still pretty unfriendly to RedactedSociety. Already a player inside of CT spawn as well. Raven's boss going to be peeking on into this, but the nade and the MAC-10 will be more than enough to eat him right up. I don't think there's anything more for these deagles to do on RedactedSociety. We can see NXG have already pulled themselves nice and far away. Some very, very powerful afterplant positions. Habui falls, and it's just down to Enzo. Spots the player jumping out window, but I think it's just the matter of holding on to this deagle at this point.
Yeah, good shot. Okay, so at least getting 300 more than what they walked in with. So, can they reach this gun in time? I don't know if there was that... Was that Galil still able to be held on from Palace? Or was that knocked out of sight? Because I think we saw both these players go down, so the only thing left in the round is this deagle. So, I mean, maybe you'll drop it to Dirty Dan in case they need a close quarters, encounter, instead of just having that off, but... Pretty convincing round. Obviously, the round you hope to see when you win a pistol round is to actually convert it.
Well, again, this is where things started to go pear-shaped for NXG before. Now the full buy coming in for RedactedSociety. I do note that both sides have ops. Dirty Dan going to put his to use very early on in this round. Galaxy getting a little bit too close and gets blown away. So NXG will have to reconsider. Ooh, poor shot. He's going to get the nade down into lower. Prepares another, and Enzo's ready for him. Again, RedactedSociety repel too, and they're looking for more. Ravens doubles up onto the players out from ramp, and it's Hibui to clean up.
Very convincing there, for sure.
Again, the rifles, as soon as they come out for RedactedSociety, is just a crushing blow.
Yeah, they didn't even lose one single guy there. I don't know about the initial opening death that I saw from NXG there, just walking through Con Dry. I mean, that's obviously windows smoked. You know, that's just the number one thing you got to do on Mirage. But you are so susceptible to just a double peek there. I'm not sure just swinging at Dry was the play there. You know, just because, especially in that sort of round where your economy is still so far behind, I think you have one guy able to buy off that, and then you just get mopped up and ramp after that. So, I mean, it is Mirage. I think that's where the most eyes are going to be on is mid. So, Pinhead Larry here with the Hero AK. I think they're deciding to buy up a bit with this. 2 AKs in the wheel, and then a Tech 9 and a Deagle is all that remains for this east side.
Definitely a broken buy.
Deciding to use some util this time around. Leaves Dirty Dan unable to find one, and ooh, good shot there.
Good nade in response.
Isn't as good as a kill though.
Well, pistol goes in first and
one.
gets chewed up and spit out, but Galaxy gonna respond with one of his own. Headshot onto Ravens.
Does he
moving
see
another
shoulder
rifle
there?
from the equation.
He's aware of this.
Yeah.
Galaxy might overlook it. Now this is interesting. This is a weird fight.
Oh, Trick is on such low HP though.
Ooh.
And this time NSG, they have set this up well. Only one kill coming in for RedactedSociety. They've found themselves on B once again for, I think, the 4th time in a row. It's been a B hit.
I really like that play from Galaxy there. Is just staying hidden and making sure you can't get spotted from apps or bench, or realizing that there's no one home. And so when your apps player goes down, you're immediately there to watch the market, because any CT coming into market, their first things they're going to do is see if they can get a pick in the apps as they're trying to jump down or anything. So being that close in market window to immediately just find that first player in market, I really like that play there from Galaxy.
Well, I mean, if NXG can keep this rolling, again, the CTs, the rounds that they were winning on Nuke made them look formidable. So I think that we've got a real shot at getting to overpass. And gosh, for RedactedSociety, that is going to be crushing if they leave this group stage 0 and 3, especially after not making groups or not making playoffs in ESEA Advanced. They're going to be questioning some things, I think, but now let's not think about that. Let's just take it one step at a time. As round number 5. So trying to get out in front of the smoke, trying to look for something in underpass as Dirty Dan deletes Galaxy from the server, but the response out of CJB will keep this game even. Stevens, 4 versus 4. It looks like NXG will line up for the B hit again.
Yeah. And CJB is still pretty healthy after that interaction too. So 2 players on half health makes it somewhat easier for these M4, but the best case scenario is just someone's just barely limping away. So we have Pinhead Larry now asking questions of A-Ramp. Not fully committing into actually getting tucked in, but it's looking like they're wanting to maybe finish A here. Pinhead Larry going up to where you might throw a jungle smoke or a stair smoke here. But we still have 2 players here left on this A-bomb site. It looks like everyone's just playing 2-2, sort of pick your poison. here for the tees and just pray your current site holders can get at least even mans.
Well, I mean, B-side has worked better for NXG, and they're making a lot of noise, so Habui going to be ready for them as the op out of 4-shot release Dirty Dan from the server. Glock comes out as well, and that's going to nicely open up this A-bomb site, if not for Trick, who's present as well. So 2 versus 1 on the retake, and 4-shot just going to walk through the jungle smokes, and escape should be certain doom against these 2 players on Redacted Society. They're making a lot of noise. Trick with a tap on the bomb, 4-shot erases him, and it's a 1 versus 1 Ravens. I mean, the full HP doesn't matter. The barrel spotted. They both are walking past jungle, and 4-shot giving him the easiest shots ever. 4 kills for 4-shot.
Beautiful play there. I thought he was going to get figured out there once the smokes cleared before the CTs walked up. So I thought the CTs were going to had that in mind, that he was going to be sitting jungle, but he still finds the first CT off guard, and then he does that fake where he fakes jump out a window and just walks right back. And so you definitely think he's going con, and you just get a bullet to the side, and that's a great 1v2 mopped up there for 4-shot.
Yeah, that is painful for Redacted Society, now being back down to pistols as well. NXG going to be able to build a bit of a buffer, especially Pinhead Larry, who does have the MAC-10. I do like that a lot. $600 a kill, baby.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the woes of NXG, last game, is they won these rounds in a pretty well fashion, but they just didn't have the economy to back it up, just losing way too many people in the middle of these rounds. And so Trick now is maybe just trying to get 4-shot to overextend here a little bit, maybe turn over this op, but 4-shot playing it back, making sure they're not going to be a liability.
The timing.
Ooh, uh-oh.
Oh, he's just leaving. He's just skedaddled.
Yeah,
Full retreat.
Oh, here. This is weird.
This is very weird. Well, they're going to chase him down, but they might not actually want to. The expeditious retreat out of 4-shot rewards him with 2 kills as they approach an attempt to retake that off. And now that MAC-10 going to have an opportunity to
Did
farm
you not
up.
see the other guy? He didn't.
Huh.
That's strange. I mean, those 2 CTs were practically like kissing each other. I'm surprised.
Well, NXG getting off to a comfortable lead here, 5-2 on their T side. That is going to feel quite good, though we are going to get the tech timeout of Redacted Society, looking to maybe slow things down a little bit, wonder where the weaknesses are. Because, I mean, I commented on the fact that it was a lot of B hits for NXG, but they're definitely proving that they have the tactics for both sites here. The one thing they haven't really done is take mid control, right? They've gone through main both times.
Yeah. But I mean, this is still a pretty big round here for Redacted Society because, I mean, the money is still pretty rocky for, NXG. So if you, maybe get these keys down without a bomb plant, they might be, inclined to have it. Or, I mean, definitely weak buy, maybe a half buy or just a full block round again. So this could be a turning point here for Redacted Society if they actually can close this round out for themselves. And 4-shot, letting it ring out early, announcing his presence in this B-Apps position already.
Well, interestingly, Redacted Society have left B entirely open and losing the opening duel to Galaxy. Not a great start, but good response, and the op of Dirty Dan able to get involved here as well, deleting 1. Again, Galax responds, but Dirty Dan's op is still ready to raring to go. Double kill. That is going to be enough to finally slow the roll of NXG on this B-bomb site.
Yeah, great round there for Dirty Dan, putting his team back into at least somewhat of a driver's seat, and not all the way back in the kids, the kid cubby. But I mean, now this is the time to do it. Not as weak of a buy as I thought there was going to be had. I mean, Pinhead Larry just has what looks like a P250 and a smoke, but everyone else is a very strong buy here. But I mean, quote unquote, it's essentially, you know, 4v5 with this, and 4Shot already taking a bit of early damage from that initial peak. But here comes the mid smokes now. Smoke coming out as well as a window. As Galaxy, will be the first to ask questions in mid.
These opening duels for NXG have been going so well, and the positioning off the back of them has also just worked really well. So, like, whatever site they actually end up taking, they do take it. Doesn't sound like great analysis, but, like, it's not like a push and a pull. It's been kind of a get in and stay there.
Yeah, and so here still going a little undetected on the stairs position as we saw a trade coming in for both sides. So now 4v4 spots the cat player. Ooh, no!
It's going from bad to worse here for Redacted Society. Bowie catches a couple of players in connector, but no kills, so just forced to back away and call for reinforcements. But inside of Murder Hole is going to be a Pinhead Larry, who is going to get deleted. Oh, that convinces Redacted Society that there's still a B hit here. NXG have been filtering so many resources toward B that Redacted Society assumed it was going to be another B hit, but no, this 3 versus 3, and Redacted Society have a long way to go before they're here. The bomb already halfway ticked down. 4Shot taking some shots down onto the missiles players. Look at the HP. Redacted Society looking weak, looking doomed, looking dead. CJP Galaxy and 4Shot with a kill apiece as NXG will chalk up a 6th round.
Yeah, I mean, the only kit there was on Dirty Dan with that op, which, I mean, that's sort of a problem in itself. You obviously want your op just sort of being in the back line as your rifles push through, but unfortunately, I mean, that was a very close round, and honestly, Redacted Society is now in a very bad position here, having to save again as this 2-6 scoreline only continues to grow for NXG. And I mean, Pinhead Larry had armor and a P250 that round, so it was nearly a 4v5.
Oh.
But Galactal cleaning up Dirty Dan, but Ravens will actually answer back with a deke shot onto CJB.
I mean, it's pistols, so good opportunity for NXG to extend their lead. You know, looking at that 7th round going, yeah, that would be nice on their T side, while Redacted Society are still on 2. Honestly, it's kind of feeling a bit like Nuke, where Redacted Society managed to open up an early lead before there was much of a comeback. And I mean, 4 versus 3, NXG have to be feeling fairly comfortable as Ravens going to remove some of that comfort. 4Shot's head removed.
I mean, Galaxy here also has only 5 HP. A single stray might do him in, as now we're trying to figure out where these drop guns are, because it is a 3v2. It's doable here for the CTs. And Raven has found themselves an op as well. But I think they might just be trying to hold on to this. They're gambling wrong on this A-bomb site here. Calling it clear. But look, there's 2 players underpass. This is weird now. Oh, no.
A lot of noise.
Oh, no.
Raven's more than happy to activate off the back of that with a headshot on the peak. Trigger discipline does not go Enzo's way as Galact able to mop him up as NXG 7-2.
Yeah, you needed that first shot of that deagle to be clean, and unfortunately just whizzes past their head. So close there to be, you know, hitting a crazy clip there, but at the end of the day, was just a pistol save. You got your full buy round, and I mean, if you keep winning these rounds, though, it's not going to be, you know, 7-5 is not that bad of a half at all. But this is the time to make sure you still got it here, so important round here for Redacted Society.
Yeah, I think if you're Redacted Society, you're definitely starting to get nervous here. This is... I mean, you kind of mentioned it. There was a little bit too much trolling on Nuke for Redacted Society to the point where you start to wonder if this is just how things are going to be. Enzo hopping up on top of the box, gets legged in the AWP, will delete him from the server. Dirty Dan responds, though.
Yeah, missed top con smoke. Yeah, I think that's a missed top con smoke. but it
No,
still
it's
works out for the
It's on the
tees.
very top.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's so high up. Oh my
It's
goodness.
the very top of con.
You know what's going on here is NXG are making moves just slightly faster than Redacted Society are ready for. Like, I feel like I can see the game plan unfolding in the heads of Redacted Society, and NXG are like, okay, but what if I push this pawn up here? And Redacted Society are like, no, you should have been doing this part of the plan first.
Yeah, it's definitely a higher. I don't know how to explain it, you know, because Nuke is not like Mirage at all, but I'm seeing the same sort of game plan here from each map. But what's happening is NXG is remaining on top because I feel like what they're initially were doing is a lot more successful on Mirage, because I talked about this last map where in the beginning of the rounds NXG is doing great, and then the mid rounds is where Redacted Society, you know, really do well on. But now we're seeing the beginning and 30 seconds of the round is what is winning NXG these rounds. So it's just sort of interesting to see.
Yeah, they're taking the initiative to set the pace of each of these rounds and force Redacted Society to play a different game, and they seem very genuinely uncomfortable playing that game. However, these Deagles coming out here are doing a fairly good job. Not an easy retake here, 4 versus 3, but AK picked up by Trick might be the crux of this plan. 4 shot spots the player jungle, but the off shot doesn't quite connect, so Redacted Society given another chance at life here, looking for that third round. It would be extremely valuable on this half. Relax playing around triple, good headshot, looking for the second. He's gonna find it, choose up 2, and the third. CJB, 9 for NXG, and Redacted Society looking for that just a third round on their CT.
Yeah, a complete flip of what Nuke is if we see a 9-3 scoreline come through. But I liked how NXG played that. Even though they were in a man disadvantage, they know we're up against pistols. They're not going to have a kit, and they're not going to have armor. So as long as we just play the bomb timer past 30 seconds, we're gonna win no matter how many of us die. So that's what I like to see, just the discipline in the post plan, just making sure we're going to win this round as long as we just let it run out. So aggression here in this mid as we already find a one-on-one trade going on as Pinhead Larry looks to extend it. Molly onto this cat player here doesn't force him out of position, and so just look at all these players. Everybody's limping away besides 2 of these guys.
Yeah, this is a bloody battle early on. Already 30 seconds, we're into 3 versus 3, and I say it lie because 3 versus 2, and there's still fights going on the other side of the map. But I mean, sure, Raven's now in the 1 versus 2, and not even a minute's passed yet. NXG have taken full control of this site as well. This is going to have to be the retake, but DJB's op is prepared. 10-2 NXG with a dominant T-side performance.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just the absolute opposite of what we just saw in Nuke. Even a little bit more, because now NXG is already in double digits rounds and on the T side. So, I mean, I hope we see the, like NXG's T side on their CT side, because we saw their CT side on Nuke. And as much as a CT sided map Nuke is, they only managed to get 3 CT rounds. So, hopefully that's not going to be the same case for NXG here, but I mean, even if they get 3, they do win though. So something to be had here.
I think something to think about for NXG is they have won every pistol and every conversion, and I have been talked to for talking about the pistol rounds and the conversions too much before, but I think here it really makes a lot of sense because a pistol and a conversion puts you on map point. So, like you said, it's only going to take 3 rounds, and 2 of those could show up right at the start. And then NXG, then Redacted Society would be in a stressful spot.
Yeah. And look at these 4 shots. Oh my lord. It's disastrous right now for Redacted.
And USPs are so clean. Oh my goodness, lovely. Galaxy brained.
At least a bomb plant to be had here for Redacted Society. That's going to be at least pretty big here. But Enzo limping and finally is dealt with. 11th round now for NXG. And I think the pistol round is the most important round in the game. in my personal opinion, because that really dictates the rest of the game. Obviously, you know, rifle rounds are going to be rifle rounds, but
Armor track.
but I mean, armor. Yeah, I mean, if you like you were mentioning, if you win the pistol rounds and conversion rounds, that's, I mean, technically more than a fourth of the rounds that you need to do in order to win. So, I mean, if 25% of the way to victory is getting just the pistol round and the conversion, I mean, that's a great way to do it.
Well, now we'll see if Redacted Society, it feels like a do or die. They are drawing on every little bit of their last money. 3 Galils, it feels like a very desperate buy with these couple of pistols, but if it bears fruit, then, you know, at the very least, they can keep NXG off of map point. But this is going to be a long comeback, folks. I hope you went to the bathroom before the game, because it's going to be a rough one. And already losing Dirty Dan. But this A bomb site was a little bit undefended. Only one player here for NXG, so it will be enough for Redacted Society to swarm on in. Now Enzo and Trick continuing to extend the lead here for Redacted Society. Continuing to keep them in the driver's seat. 4Shot picks up the M4. That's going to be enough to catch Trick. But 2 versus 3. Is there going to be enough for NXG? We see Head Larry trying to get into position over by missiles. Going to be chewed up. This 4Shot now in the 1 versus 3. That bomb is too far gone. Why are you not running?
I think they still live regardless. Nope, they don't live. Okay. Yeah, okay. Never mind.
I'm just like, you picked up the M4. I guess NXG, they're going to be like, we've got 8 rounds, right? We're not that worried.
That is interesting. I thought, for some reason, I thought they were gonna like big brain everyone. It's like, I've tested this, and you live if you stand in this corner of the window from the bomb plane. But no, I guess they just lose that M4. But I needed to win the round there for Redacted Society. I mean, so as long as you keep a steady stream of lines here, you can take it in regulation.
If we really do go to an 11-13 and Redacted Society take this 2-0, there's going to have to be some question marks. Although that's a nice start for Galaxy. You called it out. The CZ is a rare sight to see. Even rarer to actually be having an impact. But kill done and AK picked up. So job done. Although Redacted Society bull rush their way onto the B-bomb site. They'll chew right through 2 and... yeah, that bomb is going down. There's not a whole lot that NXG are going to be doing about this.
I wish we did see the CZ a bit more, because I just hate watching 5.7 rounds. Because, I mean, sometimes 5.7s will just absolutely just chop the T's to bits. Like, maybe give the CZ another mag or 2 or something, because, I mean, it's a pretty crazy spray. It's not the easiest to control. And, you know, obviously, the reload also takes 8 years. So maybe like a few mags or 2 would do it.
I'm going to warn against buffing the CZ too much, because for the same reason I'm going to warn against buffing any weapon too much, because any weapon, once you see it enough, is like, oh good, here we go again. The whole era where the M4A1S... So, you said you got 10 hours on CSGO. There was an era right before CS2 where the A1S had 25 bullets and had better damage and damage at range. And there was just, not only was there no point to using the A4, there was almost no point to using the AK. If you were a T and you could find an A1S, you would pick it up, because having the silenced weapon on the attack... Oh, I'm sorry, I was talking about other things, but 4Shot CZ looks to silence me. He doesn't get away with an AK, but that's still 2 weapons out of the hands of Redacted Society. Again, when the CZ was at its peak, it was not that fun to watch a team that had just died all pick up CZs and then reverse sweep. There's a
Maybe
reason
we'll
it was
see that
nerfed.
in this round.
Somehow I don't think so. I could see adding another clip to the CZ, but given you barely ever reload the thing, the clip is not what you need. I mean,
Oh, no.
why pick up a CZ when its P250 is $200 cheaper and can do that?
He's taking pot shots with the CZ from Cat. That's crazy. Now has an AK. I mean, it needs to be an insta one tap here for 4Shot if they want to close this round out. Lets them know the position.
Is he just sticking this? He is. This is a full
He's
10-second stick. Has to get off. Here's Enzo, but yeah.
Close, though. I mean, you were up against, what? B250, 2 CZs, and a Deagle? And you barely win a 1v1 against an 8 HP player. That was very, very shaky there for RedactedSociety, but able to close it out at least. And so now they have a potential here. Keep going. Keep rocking. But NXG, though, has their first buy since the initial goof, since unable to actually convert that pistol round out, as we saw.
Well, again, now here you have the full buy. And this is where RedactedSociety are going to have to start to sweat, because losing all those weapons to the pistols is going to mean that they don't have an AWP of their own. And 4Shot, if the CZ has been hitting hard, the AWP has also been hitting hard. So this is a very worrying round for RedactedSociety. It could be where the scales tip and we head to map number 3 to see. Molly put down for jungle. That is going to give Dirty Dan the indication. Somebody standing just on the side. Flashbang will blind him up, but again, there's not really a person for that player to peek, so down to the 3 versus 3. Bloodbath on A. Dirty Dan waiting for the player in ladder, but Enzo frag. Oh, 4Shot has made his way all the way back around. Drops the bomb as well. Dirty Dan just going to pick it up and exfiltrate right over to B.
Yeah, that was a lot happening at once, to be honest, but very close round. Again, it comes down to, you know, a 1v1 with a little barely HP player left alive here. But Flashbang will come in. Okay, so now positions no. 4Shot has this angle on it. Oh, and it's the insta one tap. And just barely scrapes by winning that round with just barely 18 HP, and that's going to put NXG Esports on this 12th round.
That is massive. That is massive. 12-5. If Redacted lose here, I would be a little bit nervous going into Overpass, because I think you're going to have the same kind of issues that you see on Mirage. It's not exactly the same, but you still have a lot of long angles. And I mean, it's kind of a good cross between the two. I think it's a good.
Yeah, I was going to say yes and
to
no. I feel like I feel like Overpass basically is Mirage and Nuke combined. You know what I mean? I feel like it has the tactical aspect of Nuke, and then.
Oh my goodness, that nade! RedactedSociety are going to be licking their wounds up in apartments. Do they leave? I feel like you have to leave. You just got chewed up and spit out. It looks like they still want to go for this, and Pinhead Larry is set up to activate. Flash goes in, spots. Did he spot them?
I don't know.
Flash got
it looked like
right
he
in his
blinded
face.
himself.
Smoke does seem to hold up RedactedSociety for just a second.
Ooh,
5
just
versus
barely
4.
not hitting anyone.
Spam is dangerous.
If they just let it like fully rip, I feel like they would have gotten like a double or something. But now here comes the mop up.
RedactedSociety, with that smoke faded, they're out of apartments, and it's Galak just picking these players off one at a time. 3 kills to wrap up the half and wrap up the game. It's 13-5. NXG bring us to map number 3.
Yeah, I mean, what a showing from NXG after I think this is very great for them because you had a pretty detrimental 9-3 half to start Nuke off to start this game out, and then you streaked together a crazy amount of rounds at the T side of Nuke there, and then you opened up these doors with the 10-2 half. I mean, this is a great showing for NXG, even though it didn't get away from them in that second half, but they were a little bit more drawing it out a bit. But I mean, this is great to see. If you're NXG, you have full confidence going into Overpass after this one.
Oh yeah, I think NXG are going to be riding on cloud 9, having a strong performance on map 1 and then winning map number 2 that high ahead of Redacted Society. They're going to be feeling great. I just hope that they still treat Redacted Society with the respect that they deserve, because it would be gut-wrenching to watch how great they've gone through maps 1 and 2, and they're gonna be like, oh, we're winning, we're flying, we're going so far ahead, and then just flatline into map 3. Like, you could definitely see that happening. But we do have to go to a break, so before we do, quick shout out to one of our sponsors, MyHUD. If you like what you're seeing on the stream, we've got the players down on the side, knocking into my microphone, getting so excited with the gestures and the MyHUD. It's so exciting. If you like how everything looks, where the everything pops up at the top and just how the HUD is all looking, definitely check out myhud.app. It is a nice, powerful, customizable HUD for Counter-Strike 2. If you're a caster, or if you're here to just watch party of the games and you need something because the default CS2 HUD is a bit lackluster, MyHUD, definitely something you should consider. Level up your streams at myhud.app. And with that being said, we got to get ready for map number 3. Going to be Overpass. We'll see you in just a few minutes.